What if I told you that a single idea, planted deep inside someone's mind, could change everything about who they are? That's not science fiction philosophy, that's the entire premise of one of the most talked about films of the 21st century, Inception. Released in 2010, written and directed by Christopher Nolan, this movie didn't just entertain audiences, it broke their brains. People left theaters arguing about spinning tops, dream layers, and whether the ending was real or not. 15 years later, we're still talking about it. Today, we're breaking down everything: the story, the cast, the mind-blowing production, the hidden meanings, and the ending that never really got explained. Let's get into it. Section 1, The Plot. Inception follows Dom Cobb, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, a skilled thief who doesn't steal money or jewels, he steals ideas. Using experimental dream-sharing technology, Cobb enters people's subconscious during sleep to extract secrets buried deep in their minds. This is called extraction. But Cobb has a much harder job in this film. Instead of stealing an idea, he's hired to do the opposite, plant one. That process is called inception, and it's considered nearly impossible because a planted idea has to feel like it was the person's own thought, or their subconscious will reject it. The target is Robert Fisher, heir to a massive energy empire, played by Cillian Murphy. Cobb's client, Saito, played by Ken Watanabe, wants Fisher to break up his father's company. In exchange, Saito promises to erase Cobb's criminal record so he can finally return home to his children in the United States. To pull this off, Cobb assembles a team. Arthur, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the meticulous point man. Eames, Tom Hardy, a forger who can impersonate people inside dreams. Yusuf, Dilip Rao, the chemist who creates the sedatives that stabilize the dream state. Ariadne, Elliot Page, a brilliant architecture student who designs the dream worlds themselves. The team goes 3 layers deep into Fisher's subconscious, a dream within a dream within a dream, and things get complicated fast, especially because Cobb is haunted by the projection of his dead wife, Mal, played by Marion Cotillard, who keeps sabotaging the mission from inside his own mind. Section 2, The Dream Rules. One reason Inception became a cultural phenomenon is because Nolan built an entire believable rulebook for how dreams work in this universe. Time moves differently in each dream layer. Every level down, time slows dramatically. So a few hours in the real world can feel like days, weeks, or even years the deeper you go. Dreamers use a totem, a small personal object, to tell reality from a dream. Cobb's totem is a spinning top that never stops spinning in a dream state. Ariadne's is a loaded chess piece. And then there's limbo, the deepest, most dangerous level, an unconstructed dream space where a person can get trapped for what feels like decades, even if only minutes pass in the real world. This is exactly what happened to Cobb and Mal years earlier, and it's the emotional core of the entire film. Section 3, The Cast and Performances. Leonardo DiCaprio delivers one of his most emotionally layered performances as Cobb, a man whose guilt over his wife's death is literally the villain of the story, manifesting as a dangerous subconscious projection. Marion Cotillard's Mal is haunting, equal parts loving and terrifying, representing everything Cobb can't let go of. Joseph Gordon-Levitt trained extensively for the now iconic zero-gravity hallway fight scene, one of the most technically impressive action sequences ever filmed, and we'll get to how they actually pulled that off. Tom Hardy's Eames brought charisma and dry humor that balanced out the film's heavy themes, while Elliot Page's Ariadne served as the audience's entry point into this complex dream logic world, asking the questions we're all thinking. And rounding out the ensemble, Ken Watanabe, Cillian Murphy, Michael Caine, and Tom Berenger all added weight to a cast that felt genuinely world-class. Section 4, How They Made IT Practical Effects. Here's something that still amazes people: that rotating hallway fight scene? Mostly practical effects, not CGI. The production built an actual rotating corridor set, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt performed his own stunts inside a massive rig that spun the entire hallway around him. The Paris folding city scene, where the streets bend upward and fold onto themselves, combined practical miniature models with visual effects to create something that felt physically real, not like typical green screen fantasy. For the famous Fisher freight train and city collapsing dream sequences, Nolan used a mix of real locations across 6 countries, including Tokyo, Paris, Calgary, and Morocco, because he wanted the dream worlds to feel tangible, not artificial. Composer Hans Zimmer created the now legendary score, including the track time, which has become one of the most recognizable pieces of film music of the decade. Fun fact, the film's booming brass BRAM sound, later copied in dozens of movie trailers, was actually a slowed-down, manipulated version of Edith Piaf's song Non, Je ne regrette rien, which is also used in the film as the kick signal between dream layers. Section 5, Box Office and Reception. Inception was made on a budget of around $160 million and went on to earn over $836 million worldwide, making it one of the biggest box office successes of 2010. Critics praised it heavily for its originality, ambition, and technical achievement, a rare feat for an original, non-sequel blockbuster in the modern era. It received 8 Academy Award nominations, winning for Best Cinematography, Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. It's regularly ranked among the best films of the 2010s and is often cited as proof that big-budget films can still be intelligent, original, and challenging. Section 6, The Ending Explained. And now, the question everyone still asks, is the ending real? In the final scene, Cobb finally returns home and spins his totem, the top, to check if he's in reality. But before it can settle, he walks away to see his children, and the film cuts to black. Nolan has said the point isn't whether the top falls, it's that Cobb no longer cares. By the end of his journey, he's chosen to let go of needing to know what's real, because he's finally present with his family, wherever that is. The theme of the entire movie is about acceptance versus obsession. Mal was destroyed by refusing to accept reality, while Cobb ultimately chooses to move forward. That ambiguity was intentional, and it's exactly why we're still discussing this movie over a decade later. Inception isn't just a heist movie or a sci-fi thriller, it's a meditation on grief, guilt, and the stories we tell ourselves to survive. Christopher Nolan built a world with its own physics, its own emotional logic, and a puzzle box ending that refuses to give you easy answers. If you enjoyed this deep dive, let me know in the comments, do you think the top falls or keeps spinning? Hit subscribe for more movie breakdowns like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.